Hello everyone and welcome to a new weekly vlog. As you can see, I'm in my little corner once again because I do have a live show today. But before I get into that, I do need to update you on my reading so far this week. To be honest, I haven't read that much yet. I have started the Silmarillion by J.R.R. Tolkien, which you are currently balanced on, so I can't show you that, but I am slowly making my way through that one. I am listening to the audiobook of that as well as reading it physically, and I am tabbing as I go as well, so that is definitely taking up quite a bit of time. So far though, I am enjoying it. It's very confusing just to get into, but I feel like once I've actually gotten into it a bit more, I will definitely be picking it up easier. The first couple of chapters were definitely quite scary to dive into because it is obviously the mythology and history of Middle-earth and beyond, and because it's the mythology for a fictional world, it just takes time to wrap your head around everything and to comprehend what's going on. I definitely won't be finishing that book off in this vlog. I am just going to pick it up when and where I feel like it and just sort of read a couple of pages here and there. But one I definitely will finish in this vlog is this lovely book right here, and I don't have the dust jacket on it because it is downstairs, but this week I've decided to start my reread of the Throne of Glass series. I did read The Assassin's Blade last year with the intention of rereading the series then, but that didn't happen, and Jodie from Vanilla Moon is actually hosting a Throne of Glass readathon with a couple of other people. I can't quite remember off the top of my head, but I will leave the information for that down in the description box for you. But yeah, they're basically reading one Throne of Glass book every month, starting with The Assassin's Blade in January, and because I read The Assassin's Blade last year, I didn't fancy rereading it quite yet, but I have decided to participate in the readathon and I am starting with Throne of Glass this month. I've actually read a lot of this book. I'm on page 279 at the minute, or rather 280 because it's the start of a new chapter. I just love this book so much. It's so easy to fall into. The writing is definitely not the best. This time round especially, I've realised that there's nothing really special about the writing, as opposed to something like Strange the Dreamer where the writing is very lyrical and magical and beautiful. This is kind of straight to the point, and I feel like that's what makes it a really fast read. It just tells you what you need to know, and that way you can just jump straight in and power through. I was reading this on my live show with Carys last night. I don't remember what page I was on before we started. I think it was page 154, and then obviously now I'm on 279. Yeah, that sounds about right. So I read about 130 odd pages. My maths is awful, but I read a good chunk of this last night is what I'm trying to say. Whilst I'm chatting about the live, I just want to say once again thank you so much to everyone who showed up. Carys and I love doing these sprints on Friday afternoon. It's a really nice way to start off the weekend, and obviously it's always nice to chat to you guys about books and to actually get some reading done during those sprints as well. I am going to put this book down for now though, because like I mentioned at the start of this clip, I am actually hosting a live show today, and it's actually to celebrate hitting 1,000 subscribers on my channel. So once again, a massive thank you to each and every one of you who have subscribed to my channel. It genuinely means the world to me, and I'm just so excited to do something to celebrate this. I am going to be joined by some amazing people as well. We have Rebecca, India, Carys and Emily, and I just think it's going to be such a good time. I've decided not to read Throne of Glass for the live show though, because from what I can remember, the ending of that is quite sad, and I really don't want to cry on camera today. So I've decided that for this round of sprints, I'm actually going to start a new book, and that is These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. As you can see, I have the dust jacket for this one, but I don't have the actual book. My life's a mess right now. Books are everywhere, dust jackets are everywhere, we're just dealing with it. I am gonna have to find it before the live show though, because otherwise I'll have nothing to read. So this is a retelling of Romeo and Juliet, but based in Shanghai, and it's between two rival gangs in the 1920s. I really don't need to know much more than that. I don't want to know much more than that. I just feel like this is one that I need to dive into without having any expectations, without really knowing anything about it. The fact that I know that it's a Romeo and Juliet retelling has already placed some ideas in my head, but I am hoping that this takes a more interesting turn. I also decided to start this because I do like to see how much I read during lives, and so I feel like I'm going to start off with a new book and see how many pages I actually managed to read during the sprints today. But I do really need to read this book this month anyway, because it is on my bookish bingo TBR, and yeah, I thought this weekend would be the perfect time to read it. I'm hoping it's going to be a fast-paced YA fantasy, which is just what I need right now. Throne of Glass has definitely helped me out this week, and I just want another book that I can turn to and just fall completely into the world. I'm not actually sure how long these sprints are going to go for. I think we're just going to see how it goes and then stop whenever we're feeling tired. I know a couple of the hosts will need to leave at some points because they have other commitments at night, but I am hoping that we can get a good chunk of reading done and that we can just have some really nice chats. That's one of the main things I love about live shows, is that we actually get to know each other so much better, and it's just the nicest thing. Obviously that live show will have happened by the time you see this vlog, but if you do want to go back and watch it, I do have a playlist for my reading vlogs on my channel, so I will link that down below for you guys. I'm not sure when I'll next update you guys because I do have a busy afternoon. If we finish the live show early enough, I do want to watch Wales' Six Nation match against Scotland. Hopefully I can catch the end of that, but it doesn't matter if I miss it. But I do always get very hungry after live shows as well, so I will need to make food and all those fun things. I also know that Jodie from Vanilla Moon is actually hosting some more reading sprints tonight, so I might jump into those and read a bit more of Throne of Glass. But there is also the live show for Ship of Destiny today as well, which is for the third book in the LiveShip Traders trilogy by Robin Hobb, and that is for Elderling Along, which is a read-along I've been taking part in all throughout last year, and I'm going to be continuing to take part in it throughout this year. I've been waiting for this live show for weeks now. I finished the book really early on, and so I've been waiting to hear everyone's thoughts. So that's another thing that I want to try and fit into tonight. If I can, we will see. If not, I will just have to catch up with everything tomorrow. But yeah, these are the two books I'm planning on reading this weekend. I think I can finish both of them if I put my mind to it. Like I said, I am almost done with this one, and I am starting this one today, but hopefully I can get a good chunk of it read. For now though, I am going to set up everything I need for the live show. I cannot wait for it. It's going to be such a good time. I just can't wait to chat to everyone and to get some reading done. But for now, I am going to end this clip here, and I will update you guys once I've read some more of these books. Hi guys, I haven't updated you for a while, so I am very sorry about that. I know you will have just had to sit through a very long montage of my weekend, so again, apologies, but I just haven't really been filming. I've either been doing live sprints where I feel like I can't really film and update you guys because I do want to be focused on my reading during that time, and then the other times I've just been going for a walk. I've caught up on a lot of shows, and I've basically just spent time with Tom and my pets. It was Valentine's Day yesterday on Sunday, and so it was nice to take a step back and just be with them for a change, because I feel like all I've done the past few weeks is just read and do so many live shows, which I do love, but then again I feel like I do need to find that balance of being on the live shows and then also my personal life where I can just chill and do other things that I enjoy outside of reading. Before I update you guys on my books, I do have a very exciting haul. Don't worry, I haven't broken my book buying ban. These were very kindly sent to me off of my Amazon wishlist. The first one of those is The Breakthrough by Daphne du Maurier. I'm not too sure what these editions are called, but they're basically little books by some classic authors. All it says on this one is Penguin Modern 3, and on the back it says, a scientist's attempt to solve the mystery of life after death has chilling consequences. In this eerie tale from a virtuoso writer of suspense. I believe that these are only £1 each, and I feel like it's such a good way to get a taster of some classic authors. I do feel like classics are some of the harder books to get into, and you're not always going to gel with the author's writing style, so I feel like these little books are such a good idea. Like I said, this is by Daphne du Maurier, who is the author of Rebecca and a load of other books as well, and I do have Rebecca and I plan on reading it this year, but I did have this book on my wish list because it did really intrigue me. Again, I just want to know if I'll enjoy the writing style, and I do just also love the look of these. They are tiny books and there are quite a few of them actually. I'm not sure how many, but I do know you can buy a full set of these and there are quite a few. And then the next book that was sent to me, I honestly can't believe, and that is Tolkien Treasures by Catherine McIlwain. This is a book filled with illustrations and letters from from J.R.R. Tolkien. As you can see, that is Smaug. We have this image of when the dwarves go down the river in some barrels. This is one from The Hobbit, which I absolutely love. And yeah, it basically just has a load of different elements to it that give you an insight into Tolkien's works and his life as well. So this one just says, featuring highlights from the Tolkien archives held at the Bodleian Library, this book explores many aspects of J.R.R. Tolkien's life and work, from his childhood in the Midlands and his experience of the First World War to his independent studies at school and university, bringing together his exquisite illustrations for the Silmarillion, The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings, and the intricate maps he created showing the topography of Middle-earth, the land he invented. This is the perfect introduction to Tolkien's creative imagination, giving a unique insight into the life of the extraordinary writer, artist and scholar. This is one that I cannot wait to just dive into. I feel like one afternoon I will sit down and pore through it. Like I said, it has the most beautiful illustrations. It also has a lot about Tolkien's personal life, and like it says, it just gives you an insight into the author's mind, and I just cannot wait to read this one. As I said, I didn't actually buy these myself. They were sent to me off my Amazon wishlist by Lucy, so thank you so much, Lucy. I honestly couldn't believe it when I opened this package and saw these two amazing books in there. The fact that you even wanted to send me these is just mind-blowing to me. I really do appreciate it, and like I said, I genuinely cannot wait to get to these. And then the little Amazon gift note just says, congrats on 1k, love from Lucy. And her socials are at goodreads_writes. I will have her link down below for you guys, so you can definitely check her out. I'm so thankful for these. I will treasure them forever. So yeah, once again, thank you so much, Lucy. I honestly appreciate it so much, and I will have to read these very soon and tell you what I thought of them. Right, moving on to some reading updates. I did actually finish my reread of Throne of Glass last night. I absolutely loved this one, guys. It's so nice to be able to dive back into a world that I'm familiar with and a world that I just absolutely love. As you will have seen, I was on Cece's channel last night doing some live sprints, and after we did the last sprint, I had about 9 pages of this left, so I sat down immediately afterwards and just powered through. Don't get me wrong, this is definitely not the best book in the world. It's not the best written. The characters aren't the most fleshed out in this one, but as the series goes on, I know it just gets better and better. This is purely nostalgic for me. I first read this book about 5 years ago, and I haven't reread it since, and so diving back into this world was just truly amazing. I had such a good time. As you can see, I have tabbed the life out of this book, and that is because I do want to film a spoilery discussion video about this. I'm not sure when I'll get around to it just yet, but that should be coming to my channel very soon, so definitely keep an eye out for that. Because of that though, I'm not going to talk too much more about this one. I feel like most of you know what it's about anyway. All I can say is that I really did enjoy this book. I cannot wait to continue on with the series, and I'm so glad I picked it up this week because I definitely needed this sort of fast-paced YA fantasy. And I am currently 130 pages into These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. I managed to read 86 pages of this on my live show on Saturday, and I've sat down today and I've got up to page 130. I do just want to take this opportunity to thank you guys so much for coming to my live show on Saturday afternoon. I had the most amazing time on it. It truly did make my day. I'm so grateful for all the girls that joined me as well. They are absolutely amazing, and as you can tell by the smile on my face, I just had the best time. So once again, thank you to everyone who showed up. I love chatting to you guys, and I'm so happy that we helped you get some reading done. I wasn't the best at reading on those sprints. I would normally read over 100 pages in a sprint like that, but for some reason I only managed 86 pages, which is completely fine. But I am actually hosting another set of live sprints tonight with Rebecca and Carey, and possibly Emily actually. I'm not sure if she's going to join in later on, but that'll mean that I have another chance to sit down and fly through a chunk of this book. I'm really enjoying this one so far. It's very gory and gruesome, and I didn't realise that there's a sort of madness going around, and obviously with us being in a pandemic at the minute, it just kind of creeps me out a bit. But the writing in this is absolutely beautiful. I love the characters and their grey morality, and I'm just very intrigued to see how the story progresses from here. There is a lot of gang politics in this because obviously we do follow 2 rival gangs, and there's a lot of territory war, but because of this madness, I feel like they're gonna have to resolve that somehow, to come together to try and find a cure for this thing that's going around. I don't have a lot more to say to you guys at the minute. I am really conscious of the fact that I do tend to ramble on for way too long in my vlogs, so I am trying to be a little bit more concise. I feel like I am just getting into the action of this now though, and so I feel like I will definitely be picking up my reading pace. I'm really excited for tonight's live show. Again, I'm hoping I can get a good chunk of reading done, and I just feel like it's going to be a really nice evening. Saying that though, the live sprints are happening in quarter of an hour, so I definitely need to get a move on. I'm not sure whether I'll update you guys later on tonight or tomorrow morning, depending on how much I get read and if I have any thoughts I want to share with you guys. But for now, I am just going to set up for the live show and dive into this book. Hi guys, so I'm finally here to wrap up this vlog. I feel like it's been all over the place this weekend, so I'm very sorry about that. But it is now Wednesday morning and I have finished These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. I managed to finish this one yesterday and I really enjoyed this. I think my rating is a 4-star though, maybe a 4.5. It's not quite a 5-star read for me for some reason. I can't quite put my finger on why, but it just didn't give me that 5-star feeling, you know. There is also a madness / illness going around in this book, and it's hitting very close to home right now because people are being told to stay in their houses and to stay away from people because they're not sure what is causing this madness and illness, and so because of that they want to try and stop the spread of it, which, yeah, sounds like what's been going on in the real world. So I think that aspect of it really threw me off in a way. I know that's not the book's fault, like who could have predicted this pandemic, but whilst reading this I was feeling very aware of our situation in the world and it did make me feel a bit anxious at some points. It's also quite disgusting in parts, like my skin just crawled with some of the descriptions in this with what is happening, and even though I say it made me feel a bit uncomfortable, I feel like that is just how amazing the writing is, that I can sort of feel what is going on, and yeah, it creeped me out, but like I said, I feel like that just shows how amazing Chloe Gong's writing is, which does bring me to my next point, which is the writing. From the first page, I was in awe of Chloe's ability to write a story. This is so beautifully written. There were actually some moments where I had to just stop and reread a passage or a line because it was just absolutely beautiful. I wish I would have tabbed this now. There were a lot of moments that I feel like deserved a tab, but who knows, I might reread this one before the second book comes out, which I definitely will be buying. Hopefully I can get my hands on the Fairy Loot edition. I'm sure they'll be doing one to match this one. Also, the twist at the end, I cannot believe how everything went down. I was hoping that Chloe would take the Romeo and Juliet retelling it in a different way, and she definitely did. I do feel for every single character as well in this situation, which again just reiterates the fact that Chloe Gong is an amazing writer because she has made me connected to the characters. I feel for them, I want to know what happens to them, and so I will be eagerly awaiting the sequel. So yeah, this was such a good book. Again, I'm not sure why it wasn't a 5 stars for me. Maybe if I reread it outside of the pandemic, when hopefully everything goes back to normal, I will enjoy it a lot more. But yeah, brilliant atmosphere, amazing characters, and just absolutely beautiful writing, and I would highly recommend everyone pick up this book. Chloe Gong is only 22, I think. She is currently studying at university, which just blows my mind. So if you want to support a young debut author with just an absolutely amazing book, then I would highly recommend you pick this up. Right, that is it for today's video, guys. If you did make it this far, please leave a rose emoji down in the comments. I haven't asked you to do that in a while, and I feel like it's very interesting to see who actually does watch my videos to the end, and I feel like a rose perfectly symbolises this book, so yeah, please leave one down below for me. Whilst you're down there, don't forget to click the like button as well as the subscribe button if you'd like to see more content from me. Thank you guys so much for watching. It truly does mean the world to me, and I will see you soon in my next video. Goodbye!